So we've established the marriage or child relationship. So what is next? There are other requirements to being eligible for the DIC benefits. One is that the veteran's cause of death is related to a service-connected condition. So it can be the veteran's primary cause of death or contributing cause of death. If either one of those are a service-connected condition or related to a service-connected condition, doesn't matter. Then the spouse can receive DIC benefits. The other eligibility is if the veteran has been 100% for 10 years continuously. The cause of death does not have to be related to his service-connected conditions. The second is obviously a very straightforward way to qualifying for the survivor's benefits, but I always want to remind people that you have to file the forms. It is not automatic. So your spouse may have been service-connected at 100% for 20 years prior to death. That does not mean the VA is going to reach out to you and say, hey, you're now eligible for benefits. If you don't initiate the application, this will not happen. Also, the requirement that the veteran's cause of death be related to a service-connected condition can also be very straightforward. Say you have a veteran who is service-connected for cardiac disease or heart issues, and you have a death certificate that shows that the veteran passed away from cardiac arrest. Then you are going to submit your application. You're going to show that the cause of death was related to the heart condition, and then that should be a pretty straightforward case. That's clearly not always the case. There are many cases that are not so straightforward. These are the cases that we usually end up with where it's a little bit in the gray area. So just because the death certificate does not list the same thing that the veteran's service connected for doesn't mean that you can't qualify for benefits. It just means that you need someone to take a look at the case to see if there could be some development done to show that they are related. In a lot of these cases, it will require an independent medical opinion, something that we can develop to show that a service-connected condition was related somehow to the cause of death, even though it wasn't listed on the death certificate. So a good tip here is just to have the case evaluated. Don't be discouraged just because the death certificate doesn't list exactly what the veteran was service connected for. We're more than happy to look at cases like this. I know that VSOs or anyone else will be as well.
Hey, Nate here, Hill and Ponton's video guy. The video you just watched is expanded on further in this one right here. Learn something more, increase your rating. As Matt always says, knowledge is power. So go ahead,